Welcome to another edition of the Goalpost. I'm your host, Oluwamayowa. I'm not alone this morning. I have Chidi, who is joining us for the first time. Chidi is a huge. Well, I will let him tell you. I will let him tell you himself. Chidi, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mario. How are you doing, so?
Yeah, I mean, I know you support a big team in the EPL. Which team do you support? Let the viewers get to know you.
I support Chelsea.
Oh, you
It's
support
long been
Chelsea.
long done.
Oh, interesting. The only club that has won everything in Europe, Champions League, Europa League, and the Conference League also. So I mean, you support one of the biggest team
Yes.
in the EPL. Moving on, the English Premiership, a whole lot of games will be played over the weekend. Starting from today, Wolves and Aston Villa kicks it off. But the bigger
Yeah.
fixture that has a bearing on the title is on Sunday. That happens between Chelsea and Arsenal. Let's start with the game of today. What do you make of that particular game? Wolves has been struggling so much. It seems it is written that Wolves will probably be relegated at the end of the season because of the kind of performances they've put in place so far. Let me quickly give you a rundown of the fixtures for the weekend. We have Wolves playing against Aston Villa. Bournemouth will be the one for Saturday. Bournemouth will be playing against Sunderland. Burnley will be home against Brentford. Liverpool will be at home against West Ham United that has been struggling for form. Newcastle United will be battling it against Everton. Leeds will be facing off at home to Man City. Then on Sunday, where the big one will happen, we have Brighton facing off Nottingham Forest. Fulham will be dragging it out with Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham also very close to the relegation, in the relegation battle. Never losing United under Carrick playing against a Crystal Palace. Then we have Arsenal, Chelsea. Let's start from today's game. Wolves, Aston Villa. What do you make of that particular game? Remember, Wolves has this terrible performances at home, and it seems maybe Wolves might be relegated as one of the worst teams in this season.
Okay. If Aston Villa are serious, if they are really serious, if they still want to hold their, I saw a post. Somebody said if no be fake life, waiting Aston Villa they fight for third. because I was because I was looking at it because I feel like if Aston Villa,
sorry, can you repeat that again? It seems you flew over my head. If not be fake life, if not be fake
if
life,
no be fake,
Aston
waiting
Villa.
Aston Villa they fight for third. And honestly, I have to agree because I have to agree because I feel like let people that are serious, let them overtake these guys. You understand? I think their last how many matches now? This last match that they played, I've forgotten the people they played. You were supposed to win that match. You understand? They had this amount of shot and everything, and they didn't win. They didn't win, and it's just a matter of time before the likes of Man U and Chelsea, even Liverpool overtake them. You understand? It's just a matter of time. And if they are really serious, they will win today. Because Wolves at home is and they are not an easy target, you understand? Because even at the fact that they are last doesn't mean that you can just override them. You understand? The fact that they are currently in that position is going to make them very dangerous. You understand? Because they don't want to relegate. You understand? They don't want to go to the championship. There's no fun with the championship. You understand? So they don't want to go there. So that's the reason why they will give Aston Villa a headache. You understand? That's the more reason why they will give Aston Villa a headache. So I'm not seeing an easy ride for Aston Villa. You understand? It's not going to be easy at all.
So I mean, based on the inconsistency of Aston Villa's performance, do you think
Yes.
Aston Villa will be kicked out of the top, of the top four? Because it seems, based on their performance, it seems they are dropping out. Based on their performance, it seems they are dropping out.
Yes, I see them being kicked out of the top three because right now they are just 3 points ahead of Man U and they are just 6 points ahead of Chelsea. You understand? So yes, I see them dropping down. At least I see them dropping spots. Why Man U will gain third? Even if they can't even Chelsea can't overtake them, Man U will. You understand? I see them dropping out of third. I see them dropping out. Yes, I see them.
Oh, okay, okay. That's fantastic. There. I mean, you said it. You said you see them dropping out. Maybe in Manchester United, we get to we get to replace them. But in any case, let's go to the games for tomorrow. Um, you have Liverpool facing up against West Ham. I mean, in that particular game, the last time Liverpool played, they struggled to win their game. I mean, it took a last minute kick for McAllister to be able to secure the 3 points for a Liverpool side. What do you make of their game against a West Ham side that is also struggling and also battling for relegation?
Um, Let me just start from that last game. That last game that he won behind me, it really pained me because I really wanted them to be behind us, but now we're on the same point, and that's annoying. But even at that, yeah, they know what's at stake, right? Liverpool knows what's at stake, especially the fact that Slot is under serious, serious, how should I put it, is in hot seat. You understand? He had to perform. You understand? So uh I see them. They are at home, right? They are at home against West Ham. They will beat West Ham. They will try as much as possible to beat West Ham. You understand? West Ham are also trying to avoid relegation because they are currently from the bottom. They are third. You understand? They have 25 points. You understand? So they are third. The people above them have 27 points. So West Ham now will be trying to avoid relegation. Liverpool, both teams have something to play for. You understand? Liverpool are on the same points with Chelsea. West Ham are trying to avoid relegation. Liverpool are trying to go to the Champions League. So the match is going to be intense. The match is going to be very interesting because West Ham are not a walkover team. In fact, there's no team in the Premier League that is a walkover team. And West Ham are just one of those teams that when you have something to play for, when you have something to fight for, West Ham are just there to frustrate you. You understand? But now they are not just frustrating because they like it. They are frustrating because they actually have something to play for. You understand? They want to avoid relegation. Imagine a team like West Ham relegating. You understand? So it's not going to be an easy match for Liverpool. But at the end of the day, I see Liverpool winning maybe by
Um,
2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 1.
well, I mean, well, yeah, Liverpool can shock anybody. I mean, yes, they played poorly last time. The hallmark of a champion is, is winning games, and they were able to win. Another, game that might have, an impact on where the title will go to is Leeds playing against Man City. Leeds has not been an easy side to play. Sometimes they are the banana peel for all these bigger side. I mean, and we've seen Man City win games in a row. They've won the last 5 games in a row. Do you think Man City can do it against a Leeds side that the last game that Leeds played, they were supposed to win they were supposed to win that particular game, but Aston Villa struck in the 80th minute. We saw Tammy Abraham coming back, to play. That was in week 27, the last game that Aston Villa played. Leeds were leading that particular game until Tammy Abraham showed up and scored the equalizer in the 80th minute. And the first time Man City played Leeds United, they struggled to beat Leeds United. Do you think Man City has what it takes to continue with the unbeaten run? 5 games, 5 wins so far for Man City.
I'm going to answer that question plainly. Yes, 100% yes. Massively, if this is not even going to be the tight game where they will be dragging 0-0 till 16 minutes when Man City will now win. This is going to be a very comfortable win for Man City because I'm pretty sure Guardiola have hang he just pastes the Premier League table in Man City local. Anytime they come, they are going to see that we are just 6 points behind Arsenal. You understand? That's motivation enough for them to massacre anything they see on their see. Like I said, it's master is straight yes. You understand? This is title match. This is title chasing match. You don't know what Arsenal. They don't play about games. This is not the time. This is not the beginning of the season where like from championship just beat them. You understand? Yes, their football is not perfect, but now they know what it means to them. They know how to grind out results, and that's why I'm going to commend Guardiola to today. You understand? Guardiola is becoming Jose Mourinho overnight. What do I mean? Guardiola is becoming Jose in the sense that Jose Mourinho knows how to grind out results from resources he have. You understand? Regardless of the football is playing. And that's what Guardiola have learned this season, how to grind out results from anything. Guardiola didn't have that before. He didn't have Guardiola he didn't know how to adapt. He didn't know how to adapt his playing style to certain things. But he has been learning that this season, and that's impressive. You understand? So do I see Man City winning leads tomorrow and taking the gap, the point gap to 3? Yes, I do. You understand? Till Arsenal play, I think Man City will be 3 points behind Arsenal
Hmm.
tomorrow.
That's interesting. It seems you know you feel there will be no surprises in that particular game, but DPL can shock you. Let's move to the next game.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's move to the next game. West Ham, West Ham, Fulham versus Nottingham versus Tottenham Hotspur. It seems Tottenham, they are already in the relegation battle. Last week, a lot of people felt, they would do something fantastic against Arsenal. They were going to bring up competition. Yes, apart from the mistake that Declan Rice made that gave Randa Kolo Muani an opportunity and the offside goal that they scored, I think that was pretty much what Tottenham could offer in that particular game. At the moment, they are 16th, and the reason why they are not in the relegation battle proper is because Nottingham Forest lost to that last kick of McAllister. If they had drew that game or won that game, Nottingham Forest would probably be above, a Tottenham. Tottenham would have been 17th at the moment. What do you make of this particular game? They are playing against a Fulham side. We saw the comeback of Jimenez. Jimenez has been in fantastic form. Our own Iwobi and Calvin Bassey has also been instrumental in that particular team. Do you think, also remember, Igor Tudor is just coming in as a new coach. Do you think the new coach Bounce that did not succeed last week will succeed this time around against a Fulham side, against a Marco Silva side?
Ah. First of all, it was what Spurs displayed last week was terrible. Like I was so disappointed. I just thank God every day that I support Chelsea. I support the best team in London, because what was that? What that was very embarrassing. That was very embarrassing. Anyhow, let me not talk too much, because right now I'm not even so confident in our match against Arsenal. So let me not talk too much. But can do I honestly, Spurs are not. You said they are not avoiding anything. They are still in the relegation battle, just 4 points ahead of sorry, 2 points. They are still in the relegation battle. So do no, I don't. Honestly, I don't see who have to beat them. The stuff who are not the size we messed around with. They are not playing. Fulham are serious. They're more serious than Tottenham at the moment. And from what I saw from Tottenham last week, I don't think they can beat anything. They've not won a game this in 2026.
Yeah, that's true.
Tottenham
That's
have
true.
not won a game in 2026. And I don't
That's
see
true.
them winning one. I don't see them winning one tomorrow against Fulham. No way. The only time I see Tottenham winning a game is maybe they bring Sheffield United from Championship and they play 10 man down. That's the only time Tottenham can win a game. Honestly, if I was watching this match last week, and I was saying, what is this? What is this? What is this? What if this is your home? I will not even blame them. I remember telling somebody, I said, when it comes to play style at the moment, people laugh at Arsenal, calling them corner FC, but all of us know that all those things are just banter. That when it comes to playing style, Arsenal is the team that has the best playing style in EPL currently. No team has a better play style than Arsenal. We call them corner FC, we call them this one, we call them that one, including myself. But I would admit to you that Arsenal can make you look useless from their play style. And that's what Ateta has given to them. But so in as much as I want to blame Spurs for that shambolic performance last week, you understand, I'll still have to give credit to Arsenal. But at this point, I'm blaming Spurs more than I'm giving credit to Arsenal because they are supposed to do something. They were supposed to do something, you understand, for the streets, but they didn't do anything. So so
Well,
so yeah, I see Spurs.
when you say the street, I'm thinking you are saying, Tottenham should have done it, and probably put the league in the hands of Man City.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
A whole lot of Arsenal fans watching this will not like this. Any Arsenal fan watching, please comment on what Collins has said. I mean, he has said that he would prefer Arsenal to bottle the league, and he would prefer a Man City to win, even though it would affect the status of the league. How does one man come up and win the league, the supposed very tough league, almost seamlessly? But in any case, let's move to the biggest game of the weekend. I mean, a whole lot of people are talking about it. This might be the decider of where the EPL Cup will go to at the end of the season. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Um, in the last couple of games, Chelsea has found it difficult. The level of indiscipline in Chelsea has been crazy. In this 2026 alone, they've had about 3-4 red cards, in games. And I'll take you back to the last game. The game against Burnley, Fofana contributed to them drawing that particular game. How do you get a needless yellow card for throwing tantrums in terms of throwing the ball? Then he got another yellow card in the 72nd minute, and that gave room for Burnley to be able to play with a 10-man Chelsea side. However, they are facing an Arsenal side that's under intense pressure. There's also a Liam Rosner that seems that the new coach bounce has beginning to wear off. The last two games that they drew, the one against Leeds and the one against even the one against Leeds, they were leading 2-0, and they ended up drawing that particular game. The one against Burnley, they were leading 1-0 until the 94th minute before Burnley equalized. They've lost points from a winning position. Do you think the both teams, after coming from under immense pressure, Liam Rosner and the new coach is beginning to wear off? Where do you think the pendulum will swing in terms of how the two teams will play based on the pressure that the two teams are facing at the moment?
I think Arsenal are facing more pressure here because of the Premier League title charge or something like that. Um, I'm going to be as honest as I can. Where do I think the pendulum will swing? If all things considered, we this guy currently has red card currently, uh, and he's one of our best defenders at the moment, especially against aerial attacks. We stand because these Arsenal guys know how to play the corner kick, and I'm looking at as I'm sitting and I'm visualizing Chelsea's entire back line and the way we considered that late header against Burnley, and Arsenal coming with this area threats and everything, the pressure and everything. These guys know how to press. Chelsea know how to beat the press. Chelsea under Liam know how to beat the press with a few mistakes, you understand? But at least know how to beat the press. All this being considered, Arsenal at, Arsenal at home, Chelsea have not beat these guys at home in how many games now? I'm hoping we can leave that stadium with a draw at least. I'm hoping we can leave that stadium with a draw, because if I'm checking all these things, putting all these things into consideration, I don't even think a draw is possible. You understand? But at least if we want to lose, let's lose with dignity. Let's lose with pride. Let's not lose like Tottenham. You understand? Let's not collect 4-1. Let's at least collect 1-0 and go to our house. You understand? But I'm hoping now there are things that can be put in place to ensure that yes, the least result we can get here is a draw. You understand? We can start strong, because the moment we start strong, the moment we go there and we make a statement, because starting strong is sending them a statement. You understand? If we start strong, Arsenal is a team that once you give them pressure, they will collapse. Once you give them small pressure, they will collapse. You understand? Just give them small pressure, they will collapse. We've seen this happen over time. They may be leading you, but once you just give them that small pressure before they get themselves, Arsenal are a team that once they score one goal or two goals, for a team like Chelsea, they will need two goals. When they score two goals, they will just relax. The sense of urgency will no longer be there. That's why they will score one goal and they just go with it, you understand. But once we start from once Chelsea can start from the first minute to give them pressure, that's when there will be problem. But now, Arsenal, what do Arsenal need to do to win? Arsenal just need to play their football to win Chelsea. You understand? Start from the beginning of the match to pressure. You understand? To pressure. This is something they have no problem doing. This is something they have no problem doing. I've been watching Arsenal games this season for like I can't even count. You understand? And I know that Arsenal don't have problem in putting the fear of God in you. You understand? And that's something that is going to make Chelsea crumble, or that's something that's going to make Chelsea beat them. Because, like I said, Chelsea under Liam Rosenthal know how to beat the press, and Arsenal press is not anything special. You understand? So if Chelsea can avoid Arsenal press, and if Arsenal press can demoralize Chelsea, I feel like the press in that game, how both teams press, how both teams avoid press is going to be what will make or mar that game. You understand? But where do I see the pendulum swinging? I see Arsenal taking it. At least I see Arsenal edging Chelsea by maybe by one goal or a draw.
Wow,
You understand? So
that's pretty honest. I would not expect you to be honest. Wow, I mean, if you look at the strength of the two teams, the way Arsenal has been playing and the way Liam Rosner's team has been setting up, I mean, you've said it. You said you feel Arsenal probably take it. Don't you think there will be an element of surprise in this particular game? The underdogs now in quote Chelsea popping up and doing smash and grab and winning the game.
yeah, I see the element of surprise, right? I see because right now Chelsea know what is at stake. Chelsea know that Arsenal needs to win the league, and we don't like Arsenal. We dislike Arsenal because there's this rivalry. There's rivalry and there's hatred, right? Chelsea and Arsenal have rivalry. At the same time, we still hate them. You understand? So if I'm trusting Chelsea to, yeah, Chelsea can do it because we've seen Chelsea when you don't expect Chelsea to do the when you don't expect Chelsea to do magic, you just see them performing this magic, beating teams you're not supposed to expect them to be. You understand? So yes, if with James, if Prince James wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you understand? If Prince James wake up and decide that today I want to hate Arsenal, today I want to show Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal are living. I don't think Arsenal are even going to sit draw in that game. You understand? Because I think the first leg we saw what Reece James did to them. We saw what we got red card, but we scored first, and we still
True,
played them like
true.
we didn't have a red card. You understand? I think Arsenal will remember that game. I think Arsenal will remember that game and say, "Oh, these guys want to revenge." But it's not going to work that way because Chelsea are a team that when it comes to play for pride, when it comes to play for the badge, when it comes to play for certain things, they turn up, they show up. You understand? But I feel like this is more than playing for the badge. You understand? Arsenal are more hungry than Chelsea. This is the game of hunger. This is about who is more hungry. Arsenal are more hungry than Chelsea. Arsenal have the cost to break. Arsenal have a generational cost to break. You understand? Chelsea just want to go to the fourth position and just see if we can make Champions League next season. You understand? But if Chelsea decide to play for the pride, if Chelsea decide to play for who have the biggest balls in London, that's when Arsenal in trouble. Because that's when Reece James will not turn to prime Ronaldinho overnight. That's when Reece James will not turn to prime Roberto Carlos. That's when Reece James will not turn to what prime Maldini. Reece James will do everything. We turn to prime day. You see Reece James everywhere because that's what happened in the first leg. Reece James was everywhere. So if Reece James decides to do that, I think Arsenal are in trouble. But if Liam Rosen just tell them, just calm down, boys, and here that's it. But if it's James, I keep mentioning it's James because right now that's the only player that is capable of showing Arsenal shaggy. I keep
Yeah, that's
mentioning it's
true.
James, but
That's true.
if it's
That's true.
James, if it's James decides to turn up and Palmer decides to use his head, Arsenal in trouble. But if besides that, my prediction still stands. Arsenal will win
Okay.
by a goal or so.
Okay. Before we go, let's say the predictions. I will start with Wolves Aston Villa. Who do you think wins, and what's the scoreline? What do you think the likely scoreline will be?
1-1. Yeah,
1-1
1-1.
draw. Okay. Leeds Man City.
Man City 3-0, 4-1, 2-0.
You have to pick one. You can't give us first score line.
Okay, 4-1.
4-1. Newcastle Everton.
2-0. Newcastle win.
Fulham Tottenham.
Fulham Tottenham.
Yeah,
1-1 scoreline.
1-1 score line. Never losing United versus Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace 2-1.
Crystal Palace to beat Manchester United at home. Wow, that's
Straight
interesting.
up 2-1.
Well, any Manchester United fan watching this, please comment, like, share. If you agree, whether you agree or disagree, comment, and we'll take your comments, on the next show on Monday when we are reviewing. And probably maybe tomorrow we get to see Collins, go head to head with Solomon. Solomon is a big Arsenal fan, while Collins is a big Chelsea fan. Probably maybe we do that before the start of the game. Then the last one that I want you to take, is the biggest game that will happen. The biggest game that will happen in the EPL. Arsenal Chelsea. The scoreline. Arsenal Chelsea. The scoreline. Yeah, the biggest game. Arsenal Chelsea. The scoreline.
Okay, biggest game Arsenal Chelsea. Okay, okay. This is very tricky. This is a very tricky one. Arsenal Chelsea scoreline. Arsenal 2-1. So Arsenal.
Okay, Arsenal to win 2-1, right?
Yes, Arsenal to win 2-1.
Okay. That's fantastic then. Thank you so much, Collins, for coming on the show. It's really amazing,
Okay,
chatting with you. Anytime we start having fun, time begins to run. For the viewers listening, please comment, share, like, turn on the notification button so that you don't get to miss any of our upload. Thank you so much, Solomon, for coming in. Thank you so much, Collins, for calling. I keep calling you Solomon. Thank you so much, Collins, for coming in. Thank you so much.
thank you. Yeah, thank you.